Morning, dear students. We were reading the chapter The Little Girl, and I hope you have listened the summary I forwarded earlier. Now let's go by the textbook and read it from the book The Little Girl. So straight away I am starting this chapter. To the little girl he was a figure to be feared and avoided. Every morning before going to work he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with goodbye father. Means the little girl. The father was the figure to be feared for the little girl, means she was afraid of her father and she avoided him. But every morning the father would come to her room giving her a goodbye kiss. And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of carriage, the vehicle growing fainter and fainter, means when she heard the father was going away, she felt relieved. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. When the father came back from the office, she would hear his voice, "Bring my tea into drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper is out there, and bring me my slippers." Means father would order like this. "Kezia," mother would call to her, "if you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots." Slowly the girl would slip down the stairs, come down, and more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. Very hesitantly, fearfully she would come. By that time he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them, looking over her spectacles. He means the father would look at her in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. "Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today?" "I don't know, father," she stammered like this. "You don't know? If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. Why don't you talk properly?" The father scolds him. "If you continue like this, someday you have to go to the doctor." She never stuttered with other people. Stuttering means stammering, just talking when speaking. But it never happened with other people, it happened just in front of her father. She had quite given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. "What's the matter? Why are you looking so wretched about, mother? I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide." "Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully," the father would say. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. The girl, when she thinks about the father, he is so big mouth, she is like a giant is. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. Grandmother would tell him to go to the parents, to father and mother, and talk to them on Sunday afternoons. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stressed out on the sofa. When she came down, she would find that mother is busy in reading something and the father was stretched, sleeping on the sofa, and his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. You can see in the picture whenever she come down. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke. She was not able to wake him up, so she waited sitting on a stool until he woke up, and he asked the time, then looked at her. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. One day when she was kept indoors with a cold, when she was having some cold, so she was kept indoors, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pincushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. So grandmother suggested that ki father's birthday is coming, so you should present him some gift. She should make a pincushion for father. Laboriously with a double cotton, the little girl stitched 3 sides. Laboriously means with hard work. She tried to make it with a cotton, double cotton. She stitched 3 sides of that pincushion. But what to fill it with? Now cushion cover was prepared, but it has to be filled up. So what to fill in that? That was the question. The grandmother was out in the garden and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. So she went to mother's room. Maybe she could find some scraps of papers or anything to fill. On the bed table, she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper. Means a lot of fine paper sheets were kept. So she gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces and stuffed her case. Stuffed all of them into the cushion she made and then sewed the fourth side also. This way she prepared that pin cushion. That night there was a hue and cry in the house, a lot of commotion in the house, chaos in the house. Father's great speech for the Port Authority had been lost. Why it was noise? Father was saying I had made a speech for Port Authority, but it has been lost. Rooms were searched, servants were questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in your room, in our room? Oh, yes, she said. I tore them up for my surprise. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant, this moment, right now. When she told she used those papers, and she was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro. In anger, he was just moving here and there, hands behind his back. Well, he said sharply. Mother explained that this happened. He stopped and stared at the child. Did you do that? No, she whispered. Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damn thing. See that child's put to bed this instant. Remember, father addresses the mother by the name mother only. So, when the father is saying mother, it's not his mother, but it is Kezia's mother. He says to mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damn thing, that pincushion down, and send this child directly right now to the bedroom. Okay, the first part is over here, and we will be completing it in the second part. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Bye bye.